All right. First time live. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Wait for some people hopefully to join. Let's see here. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're taking quarantine well. Oh, Simply Dana. Hello. Thank you for joining. Oh, yeah, Purell. Anybody wants to join in? This is going to be an open chat, so anyone can hop in, hang out here for a little bit. Absolutely. Hey, Retro. Oh, not a lot. Just been a long day working, my full time job, and just going to hang out for a little bit. Absolutely. What about you, man? Have y'all noticed any of your sales? I'm sure you've probably seen a spike in online with our resales, but I think my Amazon has increased pretty well. Yeah, the internet, some companies are struggling with the demand. So buffering can be a problem. I've worked with a lot of people that are having that same issue. Yeah, it's pretty much when people start hitting it heavy during the day, you'll notice peak times. But hey, at least we don't need a lot of internet connection to take photos, get things listed. Just needs it. What's keeping you from Amazon, Dana? All right. Well, for me, as you can see, all these books back here. Um, oh, okay, cool. Seller accounts are good. They make it a little easier. I've noticed. Yeah, the approval process could be a pain. I have to find a category that, let's say, I just want to learn. I might buy a couple products wholesale and then try to see if I can get approved. But right now, I'm starting with books. It's a great way to build your account. Um, as in one of the few videos ago with the dumpster diving, all these books were in that. So what is your internet? What do you pay for your internet speeds? Hey Dana, books are great. Like I'm averaging right now between 4 and 8 books a day. Like it's not a lot of money, but at least it's a consistent basis. As you can see, I have a whole lot more stuff right over there. I have to go through that and get it processed, and I believe all that's going to be all on Mercari is where I'm putting that stuff. Oh, well, got to look into it. If you ever have any questions of that, let me know. I do work in IT for a living, so like for us here, I think it's like 65 or $70 a month. Um, it said speeds as I want to say it was 100 meg, but I checked today. I was getting like 126 meg down. It was like 12 to 15 uploads, so it was pretty good, solid connection. Oh, Dana, how many books listed? Right now, I started with that dumpster dive. I'm at 297 of them got listed. I think I've already sold probably about 85 or 90 of those books. This is actually what's left. Technically, I had enough for three of these bookcases, um, but they were selling so fast, it just quickly got up onto the shelves and is now out. I thought this one was funny. I actually was pulling it, just reading it a little bit. See if I can find it here. Let me pull this off. So they were all pretty much different books, but employees gone wild. All these different stories about your coworkers. So I'm actually just looking through that one. I have it listed as a used book. So yeah, speeding up your internet, man, it really just depends on what you need out of it. For me, with my job, I need to have a solid connection all the time, especially when the availability to work from home. But I'm not used to this. I'm not used to working from home. Used to being in the office where we can help our people face to face. Hey, Jennifer, how's it going? I know I already asked that question, so we'll probably ask it again. But if anybody wants to join in, talk about anything reselling, non-reselling, definitely this staying inside has definitely put a damper on a lot of sourcing. I do know that. So that's a good one, Retro. Believe it or not, my other half, she actually works at one of the Walmart. She's asset protection. So she said that I think the photo that was going around was taken in her Walmart, and it's you see this guy running around in a hazmat suit, and it literally the full bubble, everything. So that was pretty funny. Oh, there's no toilet paper to be found. Like you go to a shelf and it's just paper towels and that's it. Let's see if I can't send some invites out here. If we can get some people to hang out. Anybody wants to join, posting in the link there to the description. And for the comments, is it like a mountain of toilet paper? Because we could take it here. I mean, all right. So we got four people total in here. Not too bad for a first live stream. All right, let's see. So if anybody wants to post, what is your coolest sell of the week? Something you weren't expecting to sell under the current conditions. Sandhill. I don't know. Let's see. Honestly, at this point with my first live, I never know. May want to try to reload and see if it'll let you back in. Oh, vintage jewelry. Is that's just not going to probably be selling, or is that? I guess is Etsy more expensive? I know a lot of it's custom jewelry, right? I've not really dealt with a lot of Etsy stuff, so I think for me, one of my favorite sales was a $2 Wii controller on Amazon, and it flipped for 14. I mean, it was small, but it was a good flip in number. It was like $15 plus shipping, and then walked away with like $12. So turning two into 12, that's a pretty good margins. Now we just got to do volume. So any plans for the upcoming weekend? I think I'm gonna try to get some listing done this weekend for sure. There we go. Oh, good to see Retro got his comments working right. Maybe we'll start making these a regular thing just to have fun, especially through the quarantine and hanging out, just being stuck at home. So, oh, I think my chat froze or something. Oh, there it is. I think Dana's little glasses emoji froze everything. That's too funny. So, what's your favorite part of reselling? I think that's one of the things that it intrigues me with everyone, how diverse we are, but yet we have common goals within the reselling community. So, Super Nintendo bundled, GameCube bundles, PS2 bundles, Xbox. Oh, okay, you got some good ones going. Bundled for the summer, but we might be indoor. Still bummer. Hmm. Well, that'd be a good time to get them up and listed. If people are going to be in, man, that you can get that stuff going. That stuff's going to be pulling a pretty premium right now, especially with people stuck. Yeah, that cha-ching is the best part. Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I don't mean it badly, but I mean there could be worse things. Let's just be honest. I like being at home anyway. So, but yes, I hope they spring us sooner. But at the end of the day, there's certain things that will. It's just logic. Things are going to sell better in certain categories, depending on if we're inside or outside. So retro, how much Nintendo stuff do you think you have piled up in different bundles? I have noticed a rise in my Lego sales as well. Things to do inside right now. It's just funny. Ah, so when do you think you're gonna hop on board and see if we can't get you into selling, man? Oh, I bet that's a pretty sight to see. Full table full, man. I wouldn't know what to do with something like that. Probably have a field day searching and listing and cleaning and making sure everything's ready to rock and roll and tested. All right, Dana. See you in a little bit. See if I can't invite my buddy Burgundy Sales in here. He might be coming soon to hang out for a little while. Any plans for the rest of the day? Oh, come on now, Jennifer. You got to step on up. You already got it, the account done. Yeah, you got to take pictures and you got to get things listed. So about reselling, what was your biggest fear? Is it just the shipping? Is it just the getting started? You know, it can be a slow grind at first until things start coming in. I know it was for me at least. Oh, let's see. Still learning the basics. Oh, let me pull that up here so I can see it better. Still learning the basics so I can sell property online. Daughter's going to help me with. Oh yeah, it's amazing how our kids can do things that we really couldn't, or they understand things quicker. Uh, oh, mint condition, man. That's awesome, man. Do a lot of them still have like the boxes and stuff, the original boxes that they came in, or is it just cartridge or game only? Yeah, hold on to them, man, because if you can find the manuals or some of those, um, it's kind of fun. Some of them are very expensive too, and others are just they're quick sellers, but they're just not a lot of profit. Don't know why I'm nervous about eBay. Hmm. Don't know either. It's fun. I think the nerve is just getting over that first one or two listings, and making your first sale and seeing it from the beginning to the end process. I think that might be what gets some people. Um, but it's definitely worth the journey. It's very rewarding. You know. Oh, nice, man. And what do you think those Super Nintendo bundles will bring with like the double controllers, 8 games, things like that? Never had too much luck with bundling that big of stuff, based on the shipping. Usually it'd be like a Super Nintendo, the controllers, and a game. So yeah, I figured we'd hang out. I know my buddy Kevin over at the Thrifting Lounge. He's going to be on with a lot of Josh tonight, so figured I'd hang out for a little bit and just see when ever he goes live, and then I'll mosey on over there later on tonight. I believe it's at 8 o'clock our time in East Coast. So make sure y'all check them guys out. They're going to be having fun tonight for sure. Let's see. Yep, 8:30 p.m. tonight. So they got about another couple hours where they go. Alrighty. Well, as you can see, I've accumulated up here several different Power Rangers and stuff like that. That's my thing when I find stuff at flea markets or clearance deals. I enjoy it. So like, not only do I find the flea market things like that, I don't find it. I find my own collections for free. Our buddy Burgundy just released a building your own collections for free through it as well through reselling video. So he hit some really good points with that one. So feel free to watch that as well. But these helmets up here are 1-to-1 scale helmets. So technically, if I wanted to, I could pick one out, pull it out, and wear it. Um, but no, we ain't gonna do that. Everything up there is 1-to-1 as far as the equipment and the helmets. Um, but maybe one day we'll break the red one out on a live stream or something. Then it'd be kind of, I don't know if that'd be awkward or not. I've sold bigger bundles than that. Oh yeah, well, local tends to be the biggest flip as far as numbers, but I mean, with those bundles like that, if you're talking, how much do you think that weighs? Because that's going to play a factor into you shipping it and what somebody's willing to pay. I mean, of course, it's still going to be better than uh, buying it all at once, but I think people online are they piecemeal it. They buy one or two here, one or two there. Um, when you do deals like that on the marketplace or wherever you're selling it locally, you're able to buy it. They're probably buying a pieces for their collection with the intent to resell some of it to get some of that money back. So I guess it could go both ways online as well. So are y'all handling the quarantine well? Is it fun? I mean, I don't know. What's the biggest downfall of being home all the time? Alrighty. Oh, I will share live. I did end up selling in one of the videos I bought. I got a box full of media for free. One thing I didn't share, I didn't realize I didn't film it, but the some of them, half of them were just a single disc, really thin jewel cases. I ended up throwing most of those out because I don't have a need for those. But ended up selling 10 of the CDR animation CDs. The bundle, it was like $24. And we only spent $5 at that yard sale. So I'm already at $19 profit. Plus, I haven't even worried about the other stuff for sale on Amazon. Like there's a phone, let's see, right there. Some more DVD jewel cases up there. There's several things that haven't quite sold yet, but they're valuable. And it's pretty neat to know that you're already in profit. I think that's the fun part of this is when we can find that. The weight is going to do some damage. Yeah, I agree. If you're shipping like that, again, make sure if you're watching any of these other resellers, make sure you're dipping into Pirate Ship and checking all available rates between Pirate Ship, FedEx, UPS. Do not, if you're shipping weight like that, do not go to the USPS. It's just not the good way to go at all. That one light over here just kind of turned off a while back. Didn't even notice it. What do you think your most valuable game is in the entire lot? Or is it something that would make the lot guaranteed to be that much? Or would you do better off selling them individual, the ones that are more money? Oh, got you. Yeah, I mean, so outside, since you're not doing eBay or Amazon, I mean, are you using like Facebook Marketplace or are you using what is it? I have another app. What is it? Hold on. It's like a neighborhood app. Let's see, what's that called? I done lost my mind. What is it? Let's see here. I was just on it today. It's like a neighborhood something app. It's weird. Next door. There we go. Buckley browser. And that's like a local thing for y'all? That's neat. I've never heard of that. Learn something new every day. Yeah, next door. I've had some luck on Nextdoor with finding deals, but seeing the people who want to just, I feel like it's the same as OfferUp. People want to lowball you in such a way that it's not worth my time or effort to try to redo it there. So, I mean, I probably have sold out of an 80 plus percent success rate everywhere else. I think 5% of the people who message me on Nextdoor or OfferUp are actual serious buyers. Or if I have a $80 piece and I'm willing to take 60 at the minimum, and they're like, "Well, I'll give you 40 for it," and I'm like, "I'm not desperate." Like that's where I'm glad that I'm at now with the reselling is I know what it's valued at. I'm not desperate for the investment money back, and I'm going to wait till someone understands what the value is and knows what it is, and they're going to want it. Um, of course, if I hold on to it too long, I'll let it go. But I'm not going to just buy something, post it, and a week later just take what I can get for it. It's just not how it's going to work. Oh, you live above your store? That's pretty neat. You're living like the animation show Bob's Burgers if you're living above your store. My family, we wanted to do that too. That was kind of funny. Just hasn't quite been in the cards yet. Man, that's cool. Would love to when you get it redone. Would love to see some pictures of the place. You know that right there is fun. You know, yeah. I think that show has so many inspirations for me. It's funny, and our family kind of fits the roles perfectly. Um, in a lot of ways, my family calls me Bob, um, which I think is hilarious. But I do love to cook, so now, are y'all willing to do any kind of Facebook Marketplace or any kind of pickups like that, or are you strictly staying in and not venturing like we're supposed to? I know a lot of people are big on they're following the rules. Like I've cut out my driving on my side hustle for Uber, things like that, but not quite ready to break quarantine. I do have to travel between two different house locations, um, back and forth with work. Right now, we are actually moving, but our current place we're in is just too small for me to have an office for my day job. So I have to come to another family residence and set up in this room for everything I do. Yeah, I think we all have a lot of free time. I mean, I've been trying to schedule this to get on live for a while now, and just every time you try to do something for me, it just seems to bloop fall down. You can't get it done. Um, but yeah, just I figured now is a good time as any. Go ahead and break the ice with the hangout, doing it live. I hope we can get more people in soon, and just make it a cool hangout, even if it's once or twice a week on this channel, just to hang out. As right now, a lot of my content's kind of slowed down because I things I really wanted to do, I'm not going to do them right now. So, and I don't want to bore people with the videos of just here's a couple things I sold today. I'd rather get on a live, hang out with y'all, and say, hey, here's what I sold today. See this funny book, maybe even read a couple little stories out of it. I think this would be funny. Um, but I don't know. Let's just take a look at this here. If I can turn that right. I need to learn how to operate this thing. So these cool illustrations, man. It's funny for me. Um, it breaks the day up. Oh, I don't take kindly to it because I work in a position with IT. Even though I deal with a lot of research, and if they're making fun of it, I don't agree with it. But at the same time, if they're trying to bring enlightenment and not spread panic and fear, I think there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. Um, now, yeah, people are just getting sick and dying from it. At the same time, and some of the things we should have already been doing is taking care of ourselves, good hygiene, uh, awareness of what we're doing, um, what we're touching, just the normal as though it's a flu season. But this one, because we've never had that, again, I'm no expert, but we've never really been affected by this like the flu. So, oh, hey, Kevin, it's good to see you, man. But when it comes down to YouTubers making fun of others or whatever the situation is with this sickness going around, I don't take kindly to that. Um, I don't know. I tried to. It was supposed to send out notifications. It's weird. I know some people it did show up, others it didn't. But again, first time blues going live. So more welcome to hop in for a few minutes if you got a few minutes there. I know you're going. You're going to that big one tonight with a lot of Josh tonight. Oh, I'm not even worried about saying anything like that. It's the situation at this point. I'm not even worried. Again, I'm no expert in all of that. I just know that, you know. Okay, cool. People been getting murdered in the group. Yeah, definitely don't want to get smoked over an opinion. I think I feel like that's the one thing people don't understand is that everyone has an opinion, and not everyone's right, but not everyone's wrong. You know what I mean? So that is a very fine line to tread, and I care not to tread on either side of it. I feel like if you have an opinion, try to keep it to yourself, um, to where, you know, oh, Harry, how's it going? I'm doing well. But if I think if you're going to, make that announcement to people, I think you need to have some knowledge on the subject. Outside of that, I don't know a lot about it, so I'm just gonna just hang out and listen to what and best make my objective decisions on the here and now and what they're wanting to do. I don't see that if we all do our part, we can make a difference. I know it's kind of corny to hear all the time, but if we actually did our part and actually listened somewhat, we can make a big difference. So if anybody wants to hop in, I think we still have the StreamYard link up there just to hang out. It's open invitation. Ain't nobody. It's just my first live, so I'm having a good old time. Well, not my first, but my first on my own channel, I should say. But yeah, I owe a lot to Kevin here through the Thrifting Lounge. He reached out to me and has helped me introduce into other people, and it's just funny. It's like, and tomorrow morning, Kevin, just so we're clear, I did say I was ordering them this coming Friday for the tomorrow. So I'm ordering shirts out. I'm sending a few to my friends who are already there. They've been supportive of me, really starting this and starting the growth that we're having. So Kevin's getting a shirt. Not this one. This is one of the, I guess you say, like my brand shirts. This one, yeah, we're gonna get you one so you can wear it. It's actually a great design. I wore it in a couple of the lives with. I think Kevin was on a few. Um, Harry, I collect bodies. What, Harry, was that for me? Do I collect anything? Um, if so, for me, my collection, some of what I do is, again, I was born, yeah, Power Rangers. I got some 1-to-1 scale stuff. This is the bigger things, but I think I have boxes somewhere of like Power Ranger stuff, anything Power Rangers or Marvel. Of course, everybody loves Marvel, but when it comes down to it, the original Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, things like that. Um, Next time I get a chance, when he's in town, once all this stuff blows over, yeah, they're cool pieces, man. Um, I mean, I even collect some Star Wars stuff. Just depends at the time of what I'm into. I like doing a lot of like metal, the collectible metal figures and stuff like that. But one of my biggest things is the 1-to-1 collections of the weapons. Ranger murdered dude with sword. I actually have the 1-to-1 scale power sword right there. I believe. Hold on, is that one it? Yeah, that one. The bottom one's the power sword. It's draped all the way across like a shelf, and then on top of that is the Gold Ranger's staff. So I enjoy that. It's just cool pieces. If I ever wanted to do any kind of cosplay, not anytime soon, but wouldn't even look right in the suit. But hey, I kind of got some collections started. So Kevin, what's your biggest sell of the week? How's your sales going this week, man? Power Ranger, you got some looking at you right now. I hope they're not trying to take you out like one of the monsters they got to face, man. Yeah, everything else is slow. The only thing I can tell you, bro, is that I don't know if you can see. Let me pull this up. I have even another sale on Amazon. I sold another one of those books. Let's see. And that just literally just popped up on my screen a minute ago, and I hadn't even had a chance to look at it. So let's just take a look here. Let's see what I sold out of that dumpster. Yes, another book. Let's just see here. Oh, snap. All right. Let's see. I sold a Trump book, believe it or not. It's one of those impeachment of Trump books. Sold it for $9.99. So I'll get like $7 out of that. Hey, not bad for a free book. Yeah, that Trump book's over there somewhere on that shelf. I know it. That's all the Trump section. That's like some of that's pretty good reading too. I actually have been starting to look at one. Well, Harry, hit me up, man. If you have the Dinosaur for the Green Ranger from the original one, that's the one piece yet I haven't found that's in good condition worth holding on to for a collection. They usually run like 30, $40, but hit me up and we'll, if anything, I might try to get that dinosaur from you and I'll put it on top of there. Starting out, I would actually tell you eBay. I'm actually been reselling for years on other platforms. I'm just new to Amazon, as Kevin will tell you. I'm still learning, and thankfully, with that dumpster dive, I found a barrier to entry that didn't put me at risk. So for me, it was a no-brainer to put these on Amazon so I could build that seller account and work through that. Kevin does amazing on eBay and probably doing stuff locally. So we all have our strengths and stuff, but for me, I enjoy learning new things and stepping forward. eBay has died down, and then all of a sudden I had a spike with Mercari. Well, Mercari's now died down. I think people are still trying to buy their their essentials and things like that. So it could be just that we're in that kind of lull where nobody's buying things unless it is a necessity. So if you're one of them sellers that had a stockpile of things that are not those practically banned items, you might be killing it, and your sales might be up and going. But I'm big with collectors and things like that, so I want to focus on that, and I'm not walking away from that as well. Yeah, Kevin is a pro when it comes to it. Like, he's flipping lenses for $1,000. Come on, people. But I don't know, Kevin. What's your thoughts, man? I mean, do you think eBay's to be the best? I feel like there's so many limitations with every platform that you just got to be knowing what you're willing to wait on. But barrier to entry, if you already have the product, Retro, I think eBay would be your great way of getting started, even with the basic amount of listings. It sounds like you're going to do big bundles. The only thing I'm concerned about is you don't have the feedback as a new, eBay with a bigger audience of used goods, most definitely. But with you not having feedback, unless you have an old account that has a lot of feedback, that one might help you. I hear both sides of that fence. Feedback makes or breaks you, or, it doesn't really matter. But I feel like it does, because you're going to get search results kind of the same way, like the algorithm. If you have a great store, let's see what Kevin said over here. Yeah, so my biggest thing, Kevin, with that is just because it's a valuable book doesn't mean it's going to sell. And that's what I'm learning with Amazon. And there's no sales ranking. You can only see what's sold and make your best guess of how many are selling, right? With Amazon, it does the same thing, but I can look at let's say books was a 3 million category. Well, if that book is in the top 500,000, then to me, you're in the top 25% or whatever that percentage is. That would be to me a book worth buying. Now, on the other side of that coin, if it's a really expensive book and you get it for hardly anything, I think it just helps you weigh out your risk to reward. So if you have books that are, you bought $1 and you found a book that could sell possibly for 150, 200, $300 for this book because it's rare, then absolutely hold on to it. Don't be in a rush. Just let it sit there. But if you're talking about turning over books, especially like this is teaching me a lot when it comes to books. Like you have no idea. And I'm actually enjoying it. I don't mind sitting here on my lunch break doing other stuff. Oh yeah, have enough food for me too, man. I'm hungry. For a beginner to start selling, I would definitely tell you eBay, um, because the knowledge base of knowing what can sell and keeping up with trends, you got to be within the know inside Amazon, I feel. And that's what I'm still learning. But as far as that, I'd say eBay. You could even do simplicity of it all. There's other platforms, Poshmark, Mercari. If you have clothes, of course, Poshmark. Yeah, yeah. Small items is typically your. That's why I was asking you what you're going to do with the games. You might would find that if these were fast selling games, you could do like make your bundles, but you want to kind of give options for people because if you just had a bundle for $400, or whatever that price would be, somebody might really want that bundle for that one game. Or you could learn to do, here's what I want for the bundle. And here's a really valuable game. It's a $30 game, but I got it listed for 20. There's a balance there, and it's a juggling act. But I would try to sell some of the games that I could check your value. If they're just not worth it to sell individually, use those to build your bundles to go along with your systems. Because then somebody has, oh, I'm getting all these games with a system for this price, and then they can build their collection. But if you have some valuable games, like let's say Super Mario or some of these games that are still, I don't even know the price value, so don't hold me to this, but let's say the game was $15 to $20 for that game. I'm not going to add that. Personally, I'm not adding that $20 game into a bundle. So it's a risk reward. I would rather put some small, lower value games together and a good variety with a bundle and then turn around and make it from there. But yeah, small items is the best way so you can learn the shipping through first class. Oh, absolutely. That's retro. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Starting small doses. And as you start building it, hopefully you'll get feedback and things like that. But for me, that's how I started. I don't know if y'all watched the live where I had actually told about that on Dumpster Diver Dad's channel, but I started doing cell phone cases and I started doing them locally. Well, then I got slow, small steps. I started making anywhere between $300 and $400 a day on a weekend. So I was Saturday, Sunday on my off days. I was at a flea market selling cell phone cases, and I was having a quarter. Sometimes I'd buy them in bulk and I'd get them for 5 cents a piece. But these were the old silicone cases for the iPhone 4. Well, I was selling them for $3 each, two for $5. And then I learned of a new cases, started growing. At one point, I was buying these heavy duty cases, similar but not branded. And again, they were not the knockoff version. They were similar to like the OtterBox cases and other heavy duty cases. I was buying them at $4, $5, and selling them for $20 a piece because people didn't want the name brand. They wanted color options. There's here with a different demographic of people, they wanted options, and I had the best options at the time. So I was turning a $5, $4 investment into a $20 flip, and I was doing that 20, 30 times in a day, hanging out at a flea market, spending time with my father. So my thing is you got to learn how to step small steps, and then you can change your way of doing things. Eventually, if you have a bunch of stuff for sale and you have a lot of small, really good moving items, when those big ones hit, it's not going to make your risk is a lot lower when that thing happens. let's see what he's got here. Literally have all gold placed in my house. eBay toys, yeah, game. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we realize how much stuff we really have if we really wanted to take the time to go through it, and if we didn't need it, really sell it. Um, but for me, it's fun. Like that's how I build my collections. That's how a lot of stuff now. Funny thing is that I think I rarely pay full price for anything, unless I extremely really wanted it. For one, like it had to be really up there. Now my other half, she actually this if I can do it here. I'm not good with this whole reverse camera, but that Green Ranger helmet right there. They were originally selling for like $99, plus tax. And I remember when Toys R Us was closing a couple years back, and there was one left on the shelf, and I was in there doing clearance hunting and stuff for retail arbitrage, trying to find things to sell on eBay, and flip them. Well, it was the last one, and I had been looking one, couldn't find any anywhere. But they had just pulled this one out the back stock. And I was like, how much? And they're like, oh, it's not on clearance. I'm like, okay, it was still mine anyway. So literally, I find these things, and then the kids got me the Golden Power staff. Now, funny thing is, talking about Toys R Us, I don't know if y'all had the opportunity years ago, well, a few years ago when they closed down, a lot of resellers made a ton of money when taking advantage of these stores that, or being just opportunistic time of investment, kind of like the stock market. When they're getting rid of product, you got to know when to act, when to hop on it. That power sword up there, we got at ridiculous rate. It was like a $200 piece. The guy pulled it out of the back, and he's like, we couldn't sell this because we don't have any cases. I go, well, how much is it? And then next time, I think we only paid like $40 for that power sword, and it's still like a $200 sword. So for me, it adds to my collection. So what other? So let's see. What kind of vintage jerseys do you have? Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. You just have to keep in mind that your collection should grow off of the profits and not take away from your profits at the same time. So like if you know, hey, I've been looking this game, I rarely see this game available, then I would say try to find like I'm sure you do this. If I buy a game, hey, I want to keep it. Well, then I need to find a couple more games that are going to make up for the loss of that money that I'm not getting back. And that's how I usually try to do it, or at least look at it. Um, and I've been better. I haven't been hunting in a while. But me and my other half, we went to Walmart and getting a few things, and she needed some different various things. And we happened to be, in the, I guess is it like the bath aisle, like where you have like the women have the bath bombs and different stuff like shower and stuff like that. Well, we noticed that they had this little health section, and um, we got them on clearance. Well, these things were literally going for like $12 on Amazon. Well, I got them on clearance for $2 a piece, and I literally listed. I bought 5 of them. Well, she bought 5 of them, supporting my bad habit. I was ready to not buy them. I'm trying to not keep buying stuff right now. I'm trying to stay focused and getting rid of the current inventory. But she's like, I'll get them. Okay. Got them listed. And an hour later, we got home. I already sold one, profited $10 and some change after fees and everything. So technically, I've got my money back, or her money back, off of the investment. So now it's like, okay, that was a good investment. Just now I have to breathe and not panic, because I'm trying to get things out and get things listed and get it gone. As you can see, I have all kinds of stuff over here. This stuff is going on Mercari starting tomorrow. Oh, absolutely, man. Thrift stores are fun. Now, the only problem is if you go to some of the ones around here, they're really not, um, what do you call it? They're not thrift stores. They're more like antique malls. It really is what it really is. They don't, they find it for 50 cents and they want to sell it for 20. And I'm like, there's no way I could pay $20 for this piece. Um, oh, number 12 for a quarter. Holy cow. I need to start thrifting where you're at, man. Yeah, now those are the cool finds that we rarely get. But I live in a predominantly um, out here is very big in reselling. So it's kind of that lower income country lifestyle, and not that that's a bad thing, but it's just there's a lot of resellers that try to do this, and they try to do the flea market and they try to do other avenues, and what they're doing is they're really tanking the market because they don't know what things are valued at. They're just looking at a sale, and all they see is if it's a $20 item, oh, I need to sell it for $12 or $15 to get mine sold first. And that's it tanks the market, and there's nothing right there. Yeah, I bet you have it on your wall, man. That's a good piece, man. Yeah, like I'm actually going to be hanging this Captain America piece behind me back here. I actually have one of the tacks hung up on the wall. I'm just waiting for it to set in, and we're going to hang it up. We found that at a what is that? A Ross outlet, and one of the Dress for Less places that had a little home section. I think it was like $12. I was like, I got to have that. A tabletop? You talking about like? Is it the video game tabletops, or are you talking about like the tabletops that used to be for like poker tables, things like that? 'Cause, I mean, a tabletop could be anything. But when I hear tabletop, I think like gaming, things like that. So, oh yeah, so yeah, that's Nintendo Snoopy. It's roughly going. Hold on, I got it. Oh yeah, let's see here. Let me see if I can find that one. Let me just take a look here. Tabletop Nintendo Snoopy. Oh yeah, you okay? So you're talking about the newer, smaller versions that are. Yeah, I actually have the Galaga version on my desk that our kids got me to when I'm at my desk at the office and at working, I can take time and just relax. Yeah, again, so you see that you're going for about 460, right? Well, unfortunately, it looks like a lot of people have thought the same thing and are driving the price down. Now, if you're talking about the old vintage one, um, there's prices I just saw like between anywhere between $200 and $500. And I wish people would, yeah. So what I'm saying is it's the same size is what I'm looking at, but the old tabletops are those are amazing. If you can find those in good working condition, man, I wouldn't even sell it. Just hold on to that piece. Yeah, I would not even get rid of that. Not for $2 investment, man. That's a good piece for your collection. Somebody better have more money than sense, is all I got to tell you, because there's no way I'd get rid of that. I mean, that's kind of like my power sword up there. I got it at such a good deal that I'm never going to worry about selling it because I don't need that money back. So trying to get one of my buddies in here. His name is Manny. He he's big into health and things like that, and I think that'd be a cool thing to kind of go through, especially in some of the things we're being at home with and the situations like that. But he's really big. His channel, if you want to take a look, his channel is called The Alkalized Man, and oh, that's great, man. I'm glad it's in mint condition. That's you can find that cover though. We can find that cover. That's good. But with Manny, man, is his with being the alkalized man. He talks a lot about health through water and how the right water can change your life, and he's got some really good content. I'm really hoping that we can get him spread around, because I think his message and how he's delivering it is going to change lives. Um, and he's not trying to sell you anything. Even though the machine he uses is really expensive, um, but the value of it was amazing. What he gets from it, so it's one of the fun little things there. Little rant over on that one for me, but taking advantage of your health is a really good subject right now, especially with everything. So I think as resellers, I think sometimes we need to make sure we take care of ourselves. Trying to get him in here. He's busy right now. Any of y'all want to pop in, man? Y'all let me know. You can hop in and we can chat. All right, so we got about another 13 minutes, and my buddy Burgundy will possibly be coming in. He's on baby duty. My goodness. All right. Now, Retro, are you going to be doing anything over the weekend? Or are you going to just be going through your collection and trying to find now what you can sell for small stuff? Oh, let's see here. Who all's still in here? I can't quite see. Let me see if I can find who all's in here. Still new to this thing, so I'm having to figure that one out. Let's see here. Oh, they did Retro pop out on me? Let's see. All right. Well, let's see if we can hang on a few more minutes. Maybe we can get Burgundy or a few other guys in here once they're back on and available. Who all's in here? Let's see. If you're still in here, put it in the chat. Let me know you're still here. For some reason, I'm not seeing the view count, so I can't see how many viewers are in here. Oh, I just even noticed we hit the hour mark on the first live. Oh, I don't even know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let's see here. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do is, since I know we have upcoming streams coming up here soon, and I want to hop in on Kevin's live with a lot of Josh. I hope all of y'all who might be in here, I can't quite see anybody in here because for some reason my view count is gone up there. I can't see it. But if you're watching this, thank you for watching my first live. Appreciate everyone who stopped in. So for now, I hope y'all are staying well, being indoors, be responsible with that, and think of others first. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great night. And remember, what was it? Oh, yeah. Stay hungry and keep up the hustle. We'll see y'all later.